Okay, so we're gonna go to hyper mode, which gives you a 50% gold bonus and a 10% luck bonus. It also makes you run real fast, which is good. We're gonna do stage 2. Let me double check here. So this is the start. Here are all the different characters. I'm gonna go with Mortasio, maybe. That's probably right. He has a little projectile that bounces around, kills people. Not super great, but the beauty here is every 20 levels, you get an extra projectile. By the end of the run, so it's essentially just 30 minutes. You'll get an extra 3, so that's pretty good. We're gonna do this. We're gonna hit this, and we're good. Let's see what we got going on. So right now, the aim of the game is kind of kite these guys around and just get as many of these little blue guys as possible. So these are experience, and then every time you level up, you get 3, and then if you increase your luck, you could get a 4th. I like to play, especially with a build like this guy, where he keeps adding projectiles. I like to get some extra projectiles early on because his bone boomerang is not really great. So I'm going to go with this guy. This is something that I can't actually control, but as you can see, it just wipes people out, which is pretty good. Another one is Rune Tracer. That's very good, so we're going to use that guy. And just kind of keep kiting around. We're going to do this for maybe 10 levels or so, depending on how much experience we get. Now, I do have a choice here, which is kind of interesting. So I can either get more coins early on. So the fact that this is like level 3 or something is actually pretty crazy. So I can get more coins, or I can get more experience. Now, more experience obviously will make me level up faster, and I can get other upgrades faster. Or I can get more coins. The reason why I'm not going to do coins, and this is a little peek behind the curtain, is I know there's a stone mask laying around this level. So I'm just going to do the experience here. And it's essentially a free upgrade if I go get it. Another thing that you can do is, like, from the starting point, there's always this green gem up here. It gives you a little bit more experience. So you have blue, you have green, and then you have red, and red gives you a huge bump. So nice, kind of cool. It fires the direction you're facing, so there's a little bit of kind of skill involved there, and then you also have a shield. I'm going to keep going with the XP because I want to level that up. That way I get more options faster. That might not be the way to go here, but this isn't the hardest level in the world. So other things, I can increase my projectile speed, which is good. So you can see we got that 4th option just randomly here. Magic Wand's okay. It doesn't really upgrade too well. And then, of course, the Candelabre, where the augments the area of attack by 10%. I like the area of attack. It's not going to be helpful with what I have currently, but I think upgrading that early on might help us out later, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Some things I am looking for is there's a new weapon that's like this scroll. I forget exactly what it's called, but it shoots like magic at the top and bottom. So I can have a choice. I can upgrade and get my cross up and bump up the damage. I'm not having problems killing anyone yet, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Instead, I'm going to get the Attract Orb, which lets me pull in stuff from further away. This is like if you're going for a pure damage build, and I've already beat this level, so I'm not too worried about it. Maybe don't go with this one. The nice thing is this stacked with my extra XP is I'm going to level up a lot faster. And I don't have to be as close. So you can see like how these guys are like near those experience orbs. I just have to go somewhat near them, and I can pick it up. So I get more experience. I don't have a lot of experience just kind of left on the ground as I go around. The nice thing though is it doesn't go away. So let's see here. I just upgrade my cross. So you will learn that there are final forms of most of the weapons, but you need other items to achieve that. So like for garlic, I would actually need to pick this guy up to get its final form. I'm not too worried about this. I'm just going to keep upgrading my damage here. But like I was saying, the XP doesn't leave. It just stays on the ground. So, I mean, I can run all the way to the, keep going to the right or the left, and then eventually just kind of circle back. So this one's kind of cool. Bombards in a circling zone. This is a one where if you have this peach bone, or pichone, you get this one, you can also get, there's a blackbird, and they like absorb into one bird. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pick this one up. Not super great early on, just because, as you can see, it kind of has this circle on the ground, and it's very hard to kind of aim it when there's, like, it's not just like your screen's filled with enemies, which it will get to. But it's all about just running around, and you can see how quickly we're leveling up. So this one, the Skull Maniac, increases enemy speed, health, quantity, and frequency by 10%. This doesn't help you at all. The thing is, you need this one to upgrade a later weapon that, now that I'm looking at my build so far, I'm probably not going to get, so I'm actually going to go ahead and skip that one, and we'll just get that bone up. One cool thing is, if you keep upgrading your area of effect, your different projectiles will actually get bigger. So like the bones would actually be pretty large, which is nice. They have turkey, which I just picked up there. I probably couldn't see it. Or not turkey, I guess. Turkey? Chicken? I don't know. Like Castlevania, so you can get some health and stuff like that. Okay, so pentagram. This is a cool one because it erases everything inside. The problem is it also erases items until you upgrade it further. Now the problem is, as you're erasing items, you might be losing out on things like experience, like boss treasure chests, stuff like that. So I don't typically like this one unless you're really trying to push like higher levels, and that just gives you a room to breathe. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. Increases duration of weapon effects by 10%. This one's kind of nice because anything that's like out and just kind of like bouncing around, it's going to make it bounce longer, which means more kills. So we're going to keep that. All right, we're just kind of kiting some guys around. You can see we're starting to get more guys on the screen, but the way the build is, because all my projectiles are like flying through people, it's pretty good. Now I do have a choice here. I can get my character moving faster. I typically don't do this because I haven't found anything that I'm like, oh, I really need to be faster. It does help you can dodge guys a little bit more. But this stage individually, I don't find that you need it because there really is just left and right. They don't typically swarm you as much. So I can keep building up my cross, which will eventually turn into swords. I can get a whip, which is kind of cool. Let's go ahead and get the whip, just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. But you can kind of see it kind of flinging out to the left and right at a certain interval. Now again, with the area of effect, that interval it's just going to get like larger and larger. This one's awesome. The duplicator, weapons fire more projectiles. So this doesn't, you can't really, like, I'm actually going to go ahead and pause it. So you can see in the top left, you only get 2 upgrades with this, but it gives you 2 extra projectiles, and the character that we are gets you another 3. So just off the bat, base, we're getting an extra 5 projectiles before upgrading any of the weapons, which then also gives you more. So by the end of this run, you're going to see a million things flying around the screen, which will be fun. All right, so I do have my other bird, and here's Ebony Wings. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Ebony Wings, and because I have both of these birds, as I level up the white one, eventually it will, like, quote-unquote, evolve into this, like, rainbow bird, which is pretty cool. So you can only hold, I want to say, what is it, like a dozen upgrades, and then eventually you can't hold any more upgrades, and I'm going to keep going with, projectiles are awesome, so just keep going with projectiles. You can only hold a dozen upgrades, and then eventually, after you kind of have all of those upgraded fully and maxed out and everything else, you just get either gold or you get health, and you'll see that later on. So treasure found. So after you complete a boss, so I just called a boss there, you get to open the treasure. Now, right here, I'm not getting anything too crazy. I'm just getting 1 extra upgrade, but you don't have to level up to get it, which is nice. They also have one where you get 3, and then if you're super lucky, you can get 5. So you can see my range is increased by 33%, so I can just pick things up a little bit farther away. So like I'm going to start inching forward, and you can kind of see how they're just automatically attracted to me. Super helpful later on whenever you're flying around. Now when you see the spinach pop up, raises inflicted damage by 10%, you just get that bad boy. That's going to just absolutely help you as the more and more people come on screen. You just shred through people. You shouldn't have to hit them more than once. If these guys took me longer than just kind of like 1 hit by my big weapons, I would have to kind of rethink my strategy. But every time spinach pops up, I'm just going to keep bumping that up, because that's just going to let you live a little bit longer and let you clear guys faster, which gives you more XP quicker and lets you level up. So every run is exactly 30 minutes. At the end of the 30-minute timer, basically death comes and just kills you. So let's see here. I'll get an extra projectile. This one's kind of whatever. The other cool thing is, as you can see here, you can either skip and get XP, or you can just kind of re-roll, and you get one of those per your run. I haven't had an issue yet, so we're just going to kind of keep going. Up top there on the ground, you can see there's the turkey. So let me get some health here. I'm going to keep going with my base damage. Let's see if I can just get hurt here. I'm actually very powerful. All right, so you can see I'm starting to get killed a little bit. We'll run up here and grab the turkey. And I grabbed the little clock. And the clock freezes everyone for a certain amount of time, which is really cool. Keep going up with the base damage. I like the base damage. I'm surprised they're giving me that many upgrades for it right away. But as you can see, you can just run through these blue guys too. That's also, it took me a while to realize that. But anyone frozen, you can just run through them and you don't take damage from. So if you're in a tight spot and you freeze everybody, you can get the heck out of there. All right. Looking pretty good. I actually lucked out a lot with the early XP because I feel like I'm leveling up pretty quickly here. All those candles at the top, you can break those up and you typically get items, usually gold. And 1 gold equals 1 gold. You can level that up, so like eventually I'll get the mask that gets me like an extra 50% or something like that. Okay, wow, keep upgrading my damage, so I just absolutely slaughter everybody, which is great. Eventually I will have to upgrade some weapons. So this boss, this little mummy here, super easy to beat. But we're gonna kind of keep smacking him. And then that thing right there. Now I'll show you something kind of cool. If you get off screen, so let's see here. Let's bump up our base area. So if you go off screen, you can start seeing like, oh, hey, there's a little arrow there letting you know you're missing something, which is kind of cool. So you can go back. As you upgrade like different things, you can get like persistent upgrades. So I have like more armor, better health, stuff like that. Let's see if we get lucky. Nope, just one. And on the new stuff, so they just came up with an update. You have a map, and any kind of thing on the screen. Like, let me bring this up. All right. So if I pause this here, you can actually see in the middle this map where the X is me, and then the books and the mask on either side of me. Those are somewhere in the level. So I can either go right for the mask or I can go left for the books. Because I have 12 upgrades, these are like bonus upgrades. So because I didn't go for these initially because I wanted to get those 12, and now I can actually get the book and it will stack, and I can get the mask and it will stack, which is awesome. I'm gonna go for the mask first because I just want a bunch of gold, because that levels me up later on. Oh, the other thing too is if I wanted to, I can show guides. Click that on, and now I have little arrows. I don't know if that's considered cheating. I feel like I found the item that let me do that, so it's like an unlock. But whatever you feel. Keep going with the bones, and we're just gonna run through here and upgrade. We'll keep going with the XP gain because I think that's gonna help out early. I really like how fast we're leveling up. Also, we're going a lot faster. So I put it on hyper mode so we can kind of just like fly through this. A lot of the time, if you're not on like hyper mode, then you're going a lot slower. So I just pick up that orange brick, and now I have a flamethrower. So that's kind of cool. That kind of gets you out of tight spots. Normally it's not insta kill. Early on it is though, so helps out. Just lets you fly through. So we're going for this mask. Grab that mask real quick, get early gold, and then we'll go back. The book gives you faster cooldown on any of your weapons. So kind of as you can see me like whipping and throwing out bones and stuff like that, that will be faster as I pick up those books. But we'll get there. I do like the track, like the soundtrack. So this is the streamer friendly version of it. I haven't actually heard the quote unquote real stuff, but I think this is catchy as heck. Let's grab some turkey, and we'll grab this mask. So 10% more coins as we level that up. And then if you hit start, I can level up 4 more times, up to a 50% increase. So it's not bad. All right, and now I'm going back the other way to go get those books. I can start seeing a couple guys taking 1 or 2 hits, so we're going to have to start upgrading some damage soon. Specifically for the weapons. So firing more projectiles, faster cooldown, stuff like that. Probably shouldn't have taken the whip. I just wanted to show off the weapon itself. It's kind of neat. I won't be able to upgrade the whip fully because I don't have. There's an empty heart vial that you need, and I did not pick that up. I guess I could. So the thing is, once you get the birds upgraded, they combine into one, which then obviously makes me open for a new power up. I think I did it a little bit wrong here, where if I was smart, I would have upgraded the birds, then went for the bonus stuff. But so we probably won't see an extra one, but not a huge deal. Considering it's almost cheating, like you shouldn't have more than 12. It's just kind of a way to do it. Sneak down here. I feel like this guy has less health than other ones, or I'm just being lazy, kind of running through people. Either or. Definitely upgrade the white bird whenever that pops up. I feel like that hasn't been popping recently. Bags of coins get you some. So you have gold coins. You have red bags, which give you a little bit more. And then there's like rainbow colored bags, which I think give you something like 200 or 100 or something like that, which isn't too bad. I'll keep bumping up my area of damage, make my projectiles a little bigger. I'm happy with how far away I can pull this XP. I typically don't get that power up, but this one is... It's fun. It lets me be a little lazier, which is nice. I don't have to kite as much. So Rune Tracer, I think, personally, is the best weapon in the game. I think it keeps everything at bay. It flies through guys. Very, very good. I don't know if you caught it, but I did pick up a red gem there, so that bumped up my XP pretty quickly. Let's do the cross. Cross is also good. I think that's second to Rune Tracer, personally. Let's see here. We'll upgrade gold. I shouldn't be upgrading gold, but I'm using this as kind of like a gold run. Like, I'm just being greedy. I'm trying to get as much gold as humanly possible in the course of this run. And you just kind of slowly go through these guys. I don't have any big area of effect damages yet. So like they have stuff like garlic, which keeps everyone at bay, which is really nice. I guess I'll keep upgrading my cross, see if we can't get a sword out of it really quick. I don't remember what the sword, like if you need another item for the sword, I don't think you do. Or I just always pick the right items for it, either or. But let's see. We're going to go with a bone here. I feel like these guys aren't dropping as quickly as they once were, so just make sure we're keeping up the damage. Oh, an extra 20? Yeah. Alright, so this guy's boss. We're going to hang out here for a second, try to knock him out, and grab this. Oh, we lucked out. Alright, we got 3 here. So Rune Tracer and both birds get upgraded. That's not bad. You can start seeing the Rune Tracer like multicolored thing going. It's gonna look like a freaking rave by the time we're done with this run. Again, so we're 10 minutes in. We got 20 minutes to go. Provided I don't die or something crazy like that. It's funny that this isn't even 16:9 ratio. I think that's because there would be too many things on the screen. Towards the end, you will actually even see like slow down. There's just so many things happening at once between the projectiles you're throwing out and then just the sheer number of guys on the screen. I tried doing things where it's like, oh, maybe if I turned off like all the flashing lights, or maybe if I turned off, because you can do that for, you know, if you have epilepsy and stuff like that. I also turned off the numbers, like the damage, and I didn't see any real benefit to that. And I think it's nice to see kind of what you're doing to do different enemies. All right, keep going up with Pashone. I like Peachbone. I think that's what I named that white bird. It's dumb, but this game is dumb and it's awesome. All right, I'm just gonna run through, guys. Normally you couldn't run through them like I am. I have a bunch of persistent upgrades, so I have like armor that I think it reduces damage by like 3 points for every hit. So like my health ticks down way slower than it otherwise would. And really, we just need to get to those books so we can cool down our weapons. As you can see, Bones got much bigger, and my my throwing stars got bigger. Oh, rune tracers got bigger. Oh, that bat's boss is outlined in blue, so we're gonna hang out here, try to kill him real fast. Come on. There he is. All right. Oh, he gave me a red one, too. All right. Get a little whip action. Got another whip. Cool. Gonna grab some of this XP. Left it on the ground. All right. Whenever I see turkey on the ground, I'll just kind of like run through it and just grab it, because whatever damage I take, I can typically pull it back up with that. Oh, got a time freeze. Run through, guys. I might just actually run through them. All right. Now, until I got the map, I never knew there were these books on the map. I always found the mask, but you always typically go left to right, right? So for this, going all the way to the left instead of right, so go right to left is kind of crazy. Okay, that guy was very easy. Let's see if we can luck out. No, just the one. Ugh. Right, level 42, though. So if we remember what our guy's ability is, every 20 levels he gets an extra projectile. So we just hit 40, which means we got an extra one. So we have 2 extras. And then once we hit level 60, that will be our third and final extra projectile. I'm going to actually affect it lasts 10% longer. I'm going to add that, so then my projectiles are just out longer. I shouldn't be leaving all this XP on the ground, but I really want those skill cooldowns. Now the goal here is eventually... do I want... Yeah, let's keep going to speed up. The goal is eventually you don't even have to move. Like, you build your guy up so much that between all the area effects and just the sheer damage output you do, people can't touch you. I don't know if this build specifically will be able to do that. We'll find out here in a little bit. I'm willing to bet that because I don't have either... There's like a tome that flies around you. I already mentioned the garlic. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but we'll find out. Although I am just... wrecking fools. Okay. Interesting. Let's go with the Rune Tracer just because it's too good not to. Oh, there we go. That's helpful. Very helpful. Let's go. Now, the one thing is, when they're frozen, you don't want to get caught in the middle of a giant group of enemies when they unfreeze, or your day will be very sad. All right, so you can see this this book up top here. I'm going to go grab this. Boop. Get an 8% decrease in time, which is great. I'm going to keep going with my bird. As you can see, both of these birds are just throwing stuff everywhere, which is good. And we need to combine them into one glorious rainbow bird. All right, let's just do the bone. Why not? I think that's the last upgrade. Yeah, bone's fully upgraded now, so you can see all those little notches up in the top left. So we have a couple more for the Rune Tracer. And really the only thing that's going to get upgraded is the cross. And honestly, I don't even know if I have the right upgrades for it. So we might go through without having any of the ultimate weapons, which is a shame, aside from the bird, of course. But we'll find out. All right, cooldown for sure. I should have done the bird, but the cooldown's too good to pass up. Especially this late. Like, we're already 15 minutes in here. They're going to start coming fast. Keep doing cooldown. You can kind of see how I go away, come back, and pick up all this stuff. There's red one, which is good. See, even maxed out, the thing is, you're not going to get... like, the entire screen's not going to go to you, right? So even if I bump this all the way up, I'm not going to get, like, everything on screen, but I'll get a ton. So as these level up here, sometimes you luck out and you get, like, multiple levels, and it just... That's, I mean, great, you know? Let's see... Wow, they are really giving them to me. I guess we'll just keep upgrading these. Jeez, man. This is actually kind of crazy. All right. Well, there's Medusa. Murder her real fast. Holy cow, that was fast. Red one. I need to find some turkey because I'm half health. I don't know how that happened. Shouldn't be too bad. I'll bump some coins. So like I said, after you're done upgrading everything you have currently, then every level you go up, you have a choice between getting more health, or like getting your health filled in, or picking up a bag of coins. I think you get 25 per bag, which isn't too bad. And then, obviously, your mask stacks on that, so you can get a 50% increase there. Which is nice, and because I'm trying to get as many coins as possible, helps me. So the aim of the game here is just level up as quickly as you can, so you can start getting those coin bonuses. Because you get, I would say, typically like between 100 and maybe like 150 levels per run, if you get through everything. All right, I'm just going to increase my range, so you can see how we're grabbing them pretty far out now, which is pretty cool. The only thing we need at this point are bosses. So the only way to upgrade to your kind of uber weapons is to take down a boss, pick up one of those chests, and then in the chest you'll get the special weapon if your conditions have been met. So in this case, we have the birds upgraded, I think fully. Let me double check. Yeah, both birds are upgraded fully, which means the next boss we have will likely give us our super rainbow bird. We just got to find them. As you can see, because we're past the 15-minute mark, you're going to see more and more green gems dropping, which gives you a little bit more experience, which is good. I did pass up one of the books, so let's go ahead and grab one books. Actually, you know what? Let me see here. So we're fully upgraded on our tomes. I'm curious to see what happens if we pick up another tome. So we will learn together, because I don't know what happens there. I think I might have picked up a magnet, which lets me pick up like all the experience near, but it's tough to tell because I have my my thing fully upgraded. So if I'm just slightly near an XP gem, I will pick it up automatically. Same with money and health and stuff like that. All right, here's this guy. Let's see if we get our bird. There she is. All right, so they union. Boom. There you go. And then you continuously upgrade. Now, this is actually neat. I didn't think this would happen, but because the bird left, it actually did leave an empty space. So now I can pick another weapon if I want to. I'm not going to. I'm just keep upgrading this because it's too good not to. And I'm going to go see if I can pick up this this tome and see what happens with the tome. Run through these guys. They're starting to get a little tougher. I think we'll be all right. All right. right, let's see what we get. Empty tome. Weapon found. You get nothing. Awesome. And yeah, nothing. All right, so we found that out. But it's good information to have. Information is great. All right, so let's just sit down here. Let's see how good this is working. So they're not getting too far into the screen. I think overall we're sitting pretty. We have about 12 minutes to go. And I feel good about this. And the fact is we can still pick up yet another upgrade, which is huge. I don't know what I would want here, though. I know they were trying to give us like a fire bolt, which is kind of cool. That'll help. Ooh, so lightning is very good, and garlic is very good. I'm going to go with lightning, because I think we can upgrade that. Could be wrong. No. But the cool thing is with lightning, it just randomly strikes and just decimates anyone around. Going with that. Sometimes I like just can't, listen to the music, watch the crazy lights go. For the last 10 minutes, though, they're going to get harder and harder. Eventually, like, everyone's just going to be dropping, like, red gems, which is kind of funny. I'm only level 78, though, so I don't know if, like, I would say that's probably on average, given the different runs. I don't know. I know there was one run where I just got extremely lucky and leveled up a ton really quickly. So I was close to 80 at like 15 minutes in. So that was like I was getting a ton of gold and stuff like that. But we're just gonna keep upgrading the bird. Then we'll move on to lightning bolts. It's also kind of crazy. Let's see. I have one more for the whip as well. So one more bird, one more whip, and then maybe we go lightning. It would be great if we could level up the lightning all the way, because that is just destroys enemies. And typically on the end of the screen. So it actually strikes twice, which I think is kind of a funny nod. Because apparently lightning doesn't do that. I don't know if you guys know about that. All right, let's see who we get here. Oh, just the one. We've been very unlucky here. I was hoping to get a 5-stack, but not yet. Maybe towards the end you guys get to see it. It's kind of cool. You get like little fireworks come up, and they show you 3, and then they're like, we'll give you 2 more. Pretty neat. To my knowledge, I didn't see a correlation between your luck stat and getting more in those chests. You would think, and maybe I'm just not noticing it, but it didn't seem like it made any difference overall. Like I would get the 5, and I would get like all those extra levels. I don't have any luck stat now. Like I have, 50% luck, and that's just my base stat. So I'm not really sure. And that's of course tied to. I think my base stat might be 40, and then you get like an extra 10 for doing this on hyper mode or something like that. I forget how it's calculated, but all right, closing in 9 minutes left. I actually feel pretty confident we can just stand here for 9 minutes, but I'm sure that's not fun to watch. Unless you just dig the music, in which case I should probably shut up and just let you listen to it, but... Alright, let's see what we get. It's not bad. I don't know. So you would think that just like sitting here killing guys, you get like a lot more like gems, and it'd be easier to pick up the gems. But like it seems like moving gets you like nets you more. I don't know how that works, but I'm digging this. And I do love the music. All right, let's go grab all these guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. then we just go to the opposite side and pick all those up. Oh, here's a boss right here. Murder him real fast. Boom. If I just run fast, do you think I get killed by anything? Probably not. This is full speed right now, which is... Typically, you want to go like slow and just let everything get murdered. Because if you're going too fast, you might outrun some of your projectiles, or you might walk into enemies. But I feel like I'm doing pretty good right now. I think that is the last one for lightning. So hopefully, if I kill another boss, we get our upgraded lightning strike. And then we literally can just kind of chill for 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I am looking at the damage numbers. I'm seeing maybe 49 is like my low end, which is not bad. Oh man, here it is. All right. So we got this wonderful thing. I think they do a good job with this. I will say you can't skip this well. So like I can't skip this. Which is fine, but awesome. Okay, so we did upgrade our lightning bolt. So now we have the thunder loop. So projectile strike twice, which is awesome. And because we upgraded all the different things we have, now we're just getting money bags. We actually got 100 gold right there because each of those bags are 25, and then I guess technically we get 50% on top of that. Leveled up again, and now you can see that these are going to be the only two options we have going forward. Because I'm full health, we're just going to keep adding 25 to my total gold. We're over 4,000, which is not too bad. I would love to get to 8 by the end of this run. I don't know if we can do that. We'll find out. And you can see just the lightning come down and just wreck everything. But now it is truly, let's get as much of those XP gems as we possibly can. Just keep hitting that. And if we're lucky, we can get multiple levels at once. Now, if you'll notice, my rune tracers are bouncing around the screen, right? And I have a full screen here. Now, the one thing I did notice is if you just go down to the bottom, now my screen is much smaller and they bounce much more frequently, which is a little cheap, I would say. But now you just go in and grab all the gems. But I would say by the end of the run, I might be in the just cowering in the bottom of the screen in the corner, just waiting for the death to come and take me, I guess. Which is kind of morbid, but I did have one run where, so one of the weapons that you have, you actually can freeze people on the screen, which is kind of neat. And I just kept freezing death. So I just kind of like ran around death for like an extra minute or two, which is kind of funny. You still can't escape them. I was laying into them. And fun fact, if you run from them, they just spawn more deaths. So I had like 6 on the screen at one point. Yeah, I mean, that's the end, right? You can see my game slowing up a little bit because of all the projectiles and everything, but hopefully it will not crash. Where we at? We're almost closing in on 5,000 gold, which is not bad. All right. Waiting for some bosses. That's what we want. Boss, get another 5 stack on a chest. Oh, that would be great. The game does pause for all that stuff though, so it's not like you can kind of cheese it and just hem and haw over all your upgrades while the game counts down or anything like that. Just good. I should be going to the top and bottom. So the top and bottom of the screens are typically where the candles are, and that's where you get gold pouches and stuff like that. It seems like they just keep spawn. Like once they're off camera, they just kind of respawn after a set amount of time, which isn't bad, I guess. So you can sometimes have, like, if you go back to where you were, you might get like a ton of like gold stacks and stuff like that, which is nice. But I am being greedy here. I should probably A, slow down a little bit, and B, maybe use one of my level ups for some food. But I don't want to lose out on that. Okay, so this guy is a little tougher. So we're going to just hang out here and try to murder him with rainbows. See if we can't do that. All right, got him. No, we're gonna go full send it. All right. So I can skip. So I can skip the 1 and I can skip the 3. So it's weird that I can't skip the 5. Maybe they just really want you to enjoy opening up that chest, which is fine. Oh, got a double level there. That's not bad. I'm only level 99, which at this point in the game I would expect to be higher than that. We didn't get lucky with the multi-levels. But I feel like we're doing plenty of damage, so it's not too bad. One thing you want to make sure of too is if you're like moving around and you level up, sometimes the cursor is automatically on the turkey, so you don't want to click it too quickly. Otherwise, you'll misclick and you just get extra health instead of your 25 gold. All right, if I stand here, how much damage can I do? They're starting to close in. I'm willing to bet my saving grace here is going to be this bird. One thing that I am missing here, and I just kind of noticed it now, is there is a gauntlet you can get that makes projectiles go faster. And I am noticing that if I don't have that, the enemies typically will get much closer to me than they otherwise would. Also, I'm losing my frames like crazy, which is funny, but... Alright. 4 minutes to go. Closing in on the home stretch. Oh, got a couple more levels. It's not bad. Another boss. We get lucky here. You can see how big my whip is, too. That swirling thing coming above me, it's much, much, much larger now that I got my area of damage up, maxed out. I did notice that the only upgrades are the weapons, though. You don't get like upgrades for like the damage or the, you know, like the speed of your cooldown or something like that, which I think that would be cool. And like this is in early access, right? So like they've already updated this. They added a new like character, map, weapons, all stuff within like, you know, like a day of me playing. So that's not to say they wouldn't add maybe full upgrades for other stuff, but I think that'd be kind of neat to see some synergies there. We're really kind of pushing everything, though. I think that lightning's going to help me as well. This, I think, is the easiest map of the bunch, mainly because on other maps it's infinite. So this is infinite left to right. Other maps, it's infinite 360 degrees. So enemies can come and completely surround you. Where with this one, they typically are only coming from the left and the right, and they don't really have a chance to surround you. Which I feel is much, much easier to kind of manage. Yeah. All right, shaved off another minute. Got another boss down here. We'll go take them out as my game is just chugging. It's kind of silly that you can kill things before they even get into the... board, I guess, like on the actual floor itself. 200. Where are we sitting at gold? 6688. Make that 6763. That's not bad. I am getting to the point where like most upgrades, so like the high end upgrades, like there's an upgrade where it's like, oh, you get a free revival and then you get like 50% of your health back. That's I think like 48,000. Or something like that, so it would take a few runs to get there. One thing to note too is when when the Grim Reaper comes and kills you at the end, right? You get 500 for beating the level. Now, if you have a revive, every time you revive, you get an extra 100. So technically, the max you can get at the end, whenever death comes, is you can get an extra 800 gold, which is pretty neat. So that just it gives you incentive if you wanna get that upgrade. It is worth noting too, if you get the revival upgrade, once you use your revives in the course of the game, it does open up a spot where you can pick up another weapon, which is kind of cool if you want to go that route. But did not feel like we needed to here. I feel like we are doing more than enough damage between the bird, the lightning, and all the projectiles just flying around. Got to keep in mind too, the bones are ricocheting. I don't know if it's easy to see in this screen, probably not. But as they hit an enemy, they kind of fly around and take out one or two more, which is very nice. Also, the rune tracers are bouncing around, and they're just going straight through enemies, so I feel like our crowd control is pretty good as we close in on the 2-minute mark. One thing to note here, like you're not going to see it too much on this one, but on the other levels, sometimes you get like a wave of like bats or birds or like a stampede or something, and they're easy to kill, but the thing is they're not meant to kill you. They're meant to push other enemies into you, because the enemies don't go through each other. They push each other. So if you leave a lot of enemies on the screen, even if you're killing the ones close to you, the back ones will keep pushing them, and they just overwhelm you that way. So that's just something you have to keep in mind. You have to make sure that you do have piercing stuff. And by this time, it's almost impossible not to. But you just want to make sure that you are killing enemies behind other enemies, so then you're not getting kind of pinned in, more or less. Because we're nearing 1 minute 30 seconds, you can see that most of the gems that we're getting at this point are just red. So our experience bar is flying upwards, which is great. And then hopefully we luck out here. We're at level 115. I think that's a little low. I think I would have liked to see maybe like 150 by the end of this run. I thought we were going to get lucky, but maybe not. Still time. We'll see. But not holding my breath. Still, 7,000 gold on a run is not too shabby. I do like this game in the way that, okay, you're going to play one 30-minute level, right? Like, you know, okay, if I beat it, it's going to take 30 minutes, could be less. The downside is if it's less, you're very tempted to play this again. And then you lose hours of your life. I think I'm sitting at like 35 hours of this game played. I would say maybe a dozen of that or a little more was idle time, because until you're like at a stage like this, it's really not taxing on your computer. So like I didn't even hear my fans go or anything like that. So I just had it minimized. It was just kind of chilling. But we're getting there. We're 120 as far as the level goes. So all it would really take is one nice, lucky multi-level. But we're on the last minute, and you can kind of see how all the different guys are pushing each other. But I feel very good right now. The kind of enemy circle, so to speak, is nowhere near close. So I'm not going to have to do any fancy footwork or anything like that. Just going to try to get as close as I can to some of these gems and see if we can't eke out a few more levels. Do 125. Look out. Some of the, I don't know if you can see it on the left, there are some like banshee looking enemies who are like at the bottom there. They're near you, they explode, and they can actually do some damage. So pushing them back is priority. But again, you don't really control too much. It's all randomized as you're just throwing things out. If you stand still, you'll start to see some patterns form. So like there's one weapon where you like throw like holy water on the ground. Anyone standing in it takes damage, and you start seeing like, oh, I'm literally just throwing in a circle around me. So if you stand still, it's usually like a perfect ring, but it is pretty chaotic the more you move. All right, let's see here. I'm at 125. I'm happy with that. 8,000 gold. Happy with that as well. 15 seconds left. Ooh. Can we eke out one more level? 10 seconds. Let's see if we can push it. If we can push it. Oh, we can. Didn't luck out, though. I was hoping we get, like, a final, like, huge push on the levels. Death is very fast, too, so, like, whenever he comes, 2 seconds here, probably not going to get anything. All right. 2 seconds. There he is. I froze him. Oh, I froze him. Keep running. Keep running. And see, there's another death. All right, all right, all right. Run, run. Got me. Game over. Get my bonus coins, 500. And it does give you kind of a nice stat at the end. It's pretty cool. So if you're looking at all of these, 10,000 with a Thunder Loop. So you got to think, too, I got that Lightning last. So the fact that I got it last and it did that much damage is a pretty good weapon. 4.3 million is not too shabby. And then obviously the bird next and so on. So the Rune Tracer is still very, very good. Okay, that's it. That's Vampire Survivors. So if you go to Power Up, you can see we got 15,000 gold. So I had a little bit left over. All the yellow ones I've already upgraded all the way. So some of these I can get a reroll. That's 48,000. Revivals 48,000. Curses. I don't know why I would do this. There is an achievement linked to it. So I did upgrade this by 10% once. But if you go up to the top, you can refund everything for free. So if you want to kind of roll some stuff, you can. Let's see what I can do here. We'll finish out armor. So now I take -3 for everything coming in here. I still have 6,000 left. Let's go ahead and buy one more in recovery. So I need 5,000 to finish up the recovery. I'll buy 1 in health. And I think that's all I can do right now. Yeah. Which isn't too bad. So yeah, that was Vampire Survivors. All these different characters do kind of like slightly different things, which is kind of fun. This guy down here, this almost like sloth panda looking thing, is one of the new characters, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so that's it. All right. I hope you enjoyed it, and I don't know, go pick up Vampire Survivors. It's like $3 on Steam, or you can go on like a website and just play it on there. All right, peace.